Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're back again with our OWASP Project Spotlight series. And this time we have Dominic with us, who's going to talk about the wonderful project that he handles. So I will let him talk about himself and then what project we are going to be talking about and what that project is all about. Over to you, Dominic.
Hello to everyone. Sorry for my accent because I'm a French native speaker, so my English is amazing. And it's 5 p.m. here in Luxembourg, so I'm a little bit waking up. So my name is Dominic. I work in AppSec around more than 10 years, and I have the honor to with Ricardo to manage and promote the OWASP Secure Header Project, for which I will present to you what is the objective and so on. So the project, it's dedicated. I will share my screen in order to provide you perhaps some insights. Not yet, but the project has for objective to raise awareness about HTTP security header, HTTP response header and request header. But we made a little bit focus on response header because it's a more common use. And the objective of the project is to provide all the necessary information, guidance, tooling, awareness, all the materials regarding the header and most security header in order that people know how they can be used to add another layer of protection at an application level. Why we do this? We do this because modern browsers provide a large panel of protection like sandbox and so on, and among them, HTTP header. And there are plenty of them. There are different configurations. Some are easy to use, some are difficult to use. And as browsers evolve quickly, for example, Chromium have around 3 releases by month, it's not easy to always know the right information to, for example, know which header are supported by which browser, in which version, which platform, how to use it, and what is the target of the header, what is the expected configuration or recommended configuration, and so on. So the objective is really to focus on the header in order to always stay to the ground, in order to have the right information, the more accurate possible, in one locations, in order to be sure that if, for example, for a project you are asking which header I can use, you go to one location and you have all the information, and you can take the information that you want in order to obtain the information, use it, and in addition, tools to validate your configuration according to your need. You provide you a foundation, and you can customize it in order to validate your configuration. All the elements that we provide are targeted to be used in CI/CD pipeline. So we every time it's possible, we avoid to have a UI and go to the automated way. So to summarize, the objective is really to have a project dedicated to work around the HTTP header security, and we have a part of the project on request one, in order to provide the right information in one location in the most accurate way as possible, and for sure in an open way, in a way in which we are human. If we made a mistake or miss something and so on, it's on GitHub. You raise a pull request, an issue, a commentary, a discussion, and it's warmly welcome. That's all for the project presentation.
Oh, that's wonderful. And especially security headers is something which is very, very important. And let's say if I am new to the project, where I can look for the project, and the most importantly, how I can use the project.
Okay, so I will share my screen if I can to show you how the project is structured and how you can use it.
Right, so, absolutely.
Just
let's get started.
Okay, yeah. So share screen, screen one, share. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
So in fact, the project is composed by different parts. The first of it, it's the website. The website, it's the entry point. You go to the website and you have the website is backed by an OWASP GitHub. So we will discuss later. So the website, when you go on it, you have a presentation, and you have different sections. So you have different projects. So, and you have different tabs. The tab that first interests you is the response header. On the response header, you have a list of different headers and their life cycle state. When what is the life cycle state? It's, for example, headers are experimental, so they are only supported by a little bunch of browsers. You have headers that are supported by a large panel of browsers, so you can use it in production, and some that are almost deprecated and deprecated. So for each of them, we provide, for example, a description. We provide the values that you can use. We provide an example configuration, and we provide a list of references that we have used to document the information. And additional, if you want to go deep dive into the header, for example, for customization and so on. So this is the first entry point. After, you have a compatibility matrix in which we try to provide to you a pointer most of the time to the right information at the time t. For example, if you check in 2 months, 6 months, and 1 year, the link stays the same, and you can see at a momentum for which platforms the header is supported. So we provide the compatibility matrix for all the headers that we provide. The next step is technical resources. It's around several areas. For example, presentation. You have presentation about the project, about the header, and so on. And you have also analysis tools that can be used to validate your configuration. The project provides its own tool, but we also gather other tools if someone created, for example, if someone created a tool about the project or header, he ping us and we can add it to the page. We also try to gather development libraries. For example, there are some libraries that provide you a way to add a security header to your project. So we try to gather this kind of library in order to allow you to use them, to leverage them. And we provide also, if I'm not wrong, some kind of operational tools. So this is one of the areas of technical resources. We also provide best practices. So for this one is, for example, a recommended configuration that you can use for all the header. For example, you start with a header, you don't know which configuration you can use, we propose one to start. We also propose a way, for example, we will propose if you want to check your header from an external perspective, we also provide tools for how to automate your testing using security headers. And we also provide these projects that we will present you in a few minutes about how to verify your project. And in last, we also provide an additional point regarding the information disclosure. For example, you have several headers that contain, for example, the version of your framework, the version of your web server. So we try to gather this list of headers in order to you, if you have this header, try to remove it because it discloses information. So we have the both parts, the fact the header to add security to your application and the one that you should drop in order to not disclose technical information. So it really around the security headers. So this is for the best practice part. We also have Michelus part. This one is focused on request header. It's just an additional part for HTTP request headers that can be interesting that you can use on your backend side if you want to perform some kind of check. It's just an additional part, for example, like metadata header and so on. So, for example, we provide some kind of header for each time the name, the description, an example of representation and link, in order to provide you some insight about request header. But the main focus of the project is the response header. So this is the point for the entry point of the project. In addition, in fact, all the tools and elements provided by the project is gathered under an organization that is named on GitHub, that is named Oshp. So this is an organization on which we store all the open source projects that we provide. So Some of them are deprecated because there's some initiatives that are deprecated, but you have some ones that are new projects. For example, you have the Oshp Statistics. What is this project? This project is just to provide statistics about the usage of the headers that we promote at a worldwide level. So how we do it, for example, it's fully automated. So it's generated each month. We take the 200,000 first site of the top Alexia, and we analyze the headers that are used and provide you some statistics, for example, about the usage and so on, different statistics. So this point of view is just awareness for this project. And we also provide the data gathered in order, for example, if you want to use yourself the statistic to make your own statistics. So this automatically generated using GitHub each month. So this is a project regarding statistics about the HTTP header usage, response header usage. And you have another one that is OSHP validator. So what is this one? This one is based on the tool that is named Venom. Venom, in fact, is an open source tool that is developed in Go. And in fact, it's not a security tool. It's a tool that is for functional testing, so API functional testing. And we use it to create a functional test suite for the header in order to allow you to use it. So Venom is just a single executable for different platforms, so no need to install it. You just drop the exe, you run the test plan. So, for example, this is the test suite. So the test suite is provided as a YAML file and contains the configuration for the recommended header by the OWASP Security Header Project, but you can customize it to your own need and so on. But we provide the foundation in order to allow you to test your configuration, whatever you are in the internal network or whatever you are in the external network. You provide the foundation. So this is another tool that we provide in order to always provide a complete suite of element information and tools regarding the OWASP everywhere security header in a web. So, and we have also project coming. So this is this one. This one is currently under development. That because we will try to provide a REST API, public REST API, free API, in order, for example, when you provision a web server, an application server, and you want to have automatically the last configuration recommended, for example, for Apache and Nginx and so on, you call this API indicating I want the recommended OWASP configuration for an Apache, and it returns to you as text the configuration to use. Out of the box, always up to date. This is a project on which we are working on, and this is the first round of the project. Regarding this project, the main is present also on the GitHub that represents the site on which we discuss all the things. For example, on the issue, you can fully access all the things on which you will work. For example, you see that we will currently working of adding this new header for request header, but we are working on it. And we also have open discussion. We use the discussion feature of the GitHub project to discuss initiative and also allow people to ask us questions about, for example, header. We had one question by a person requesting some help around header for JavaScript file, and we have publicly discussed providing ID and so on in order to provide feedback. So we also use this part of the GitHub repository to publicly show on which topic we will work, and the projects that internally that we plan to develop, but also have a way to exchange with the community in order to, if you have any question regarding the configuration and so on, you can freely start a discussion, and we will try to help you as much as possible. So this is how it structures the project and how we work on it with all the other project leaders. So it's okay for the project. We can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is really, really amazing. So I think it can be showed in actual that how exactly security headers can create a lot of issues for a website or for an application, right?
Yes, in fact, the security header, you can see it as an additional layer. It will not fix your issue. For example, if you have cross-site scripting vulnerability, it will not fix it for you on your backend, for example. But it will, for example, it will make the exploitation more harder. So it will help you to buy time in order to analyze the issue on for example, on your backend side in a more smoothly way and do not make a rush in order to fix it. So
Right. And one more thing I have in mind, especially when we talk about it, what is the target audience for it?
You can see already see it as an additional layer of protection to make the exploitation of the vulnerability harder, leveraging fully the protection brought by the browser, in fact.
Okay. And the most important thing is like, is there any integration with any other OWASP project that we have for security headers?
So this is a really good question and a real topic. In fact, we have into the roadmap, we have yes. In fact, we have yes. We have a topic on which we must work on, and this is a kind of integration on which we plan to work. We will contact, in fact, every project leader of for example, the AESVS, the proactive control, cheat sheets, ZAP, and mod security, in order to see, okay, this is information that we provide, or we can work together to, for example, add content in your project to fit your project, or can we provide to you some kind of tooling, script, and so on to integrate with you. So this is a topic on which we will work. It's an open task, and this is a project with which we plan to integrate. But we will discuss with project leader of this project to see how they see the integration and in order to be the less disruptive possible on their project to integrate, because we provide information, we provide tools, and we provide the glue to allow any people using, for example, the ESVS to jump to the OWASP security header project to add the requesting information into the check, and for example, add directly the configuration for mod security. One example can be we can, for example, perhaps generate the configuration for mod security. I don't know, it's just an idea that I have. For example, in the REST API, we can say, okay, I want the configuration to add in mod security. Boom, you have the code snippet to add into mod security. But it's an open task. And if someone have an idea, it's an issue, feel free to start a discussion. All is open, free, public.
Yeah, I think this is really, really amazing. I would say that people should actually look at this project, because I can see the wonderful integrations and how you've brought together ASVS to proactive control to cheat sheet series. It's totally incredible. I totally love it. And anything that you want to share it with the audience, or do you need any helping hands from the audience, volunteers for it?
Yes, as usual, every ID is welcome. Every ID, suggestion, pull request, and so on. If you have any ID, suggestion, you find an issue, you find a missing point or an ID, feel free to open a discussion, an issue. All ID is welcome. Do not be afraid. There are no stupid question or stupid. No. Every ID is amazing. Every suggestion is amazing, and you do not need to be a Uber security expert to contribute to OWASP or to raise a question on ID. No, feel free. For example, if you are a web server administrator, a WAF configurator, feel free to come and raise your concern on ID, and we will see if we can adapt to the project. And because the project is here to help development team and DevOps team, so every input is very welcome in order to adapt the project to your need and not the reverse.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I think
You're welcome.
this is going to be totally amazing. And for everyone, we will be sharing all of the resources in the comment section, and it'll be shared on other places as well. You can go to owasp.org and check out the project security headers. Thank you so much, Dominique, for sharing the wonderful details.
Much.
This is amazing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.